For analysis on this, we are now joined by independent security analyst, that's Dr Mxolisi Mathebula. Doc, thank you so much for your time on the program. So, several senior crime-fighting officials have been appearing before the Madlanga Commission and have invoked their right against self-incrimination, just like Advocate Johnson did today, as we saw. So, while that is a constitutional right, yes, granted, is it ethically acceptable for leaders of institutions that are tasked with finding corruption and uprooting corruption and upholding the law to rely on that protection when facing allegations and serious allegations there?
Good evening to you and good evening to the viewers. I don't think it's a good idea, considering that IDEC, as we speak, is semi-paralyzed. So for her to come to the commission and decide not to tell us everything that at least transpired, as we've heard from other witnesses prior to the testimony, it doesn't inspire confidence, and it doesn't help in any way in trying to resuscitate what is left of IDEC. I was hoping that today she will come clean and tell us almost everything, starting from when they received Section 27 referral letter from Mr. Adams, up until when the matter was investigated, to tell us a bit more what informed them to come to a decision to investigate such a matter, and what also informed them to come to a determination to say these charges must be fraud, corruption, and irregular appointment of Brigadier Mukwele. But unfortunately, we did not hear that today.
And Doc, do these allegations against the head of IDEC point to greater problems perhaps with individual conduct? Or do they perhaps also expose deeper structural weaknesses within IDEC itself?
I think they point towards deeper structural challenges and to a certain extent to the question of leadership. Because like Advocate Johnson, she is in charge of IDEC. And for instance, today they asked about the Section 27 referral letter. Why was Padayachi did not have access to it? And now she started pointing to prosecutors and others, but she's in charge. And from time to time, there's something called docket inspection. And when one conducts docket inspection, that is when they would have realized that 2 documents are not in the docket, because 2 documents were supposed to be in the docket, the A1 statement and the Section 27 referral letter. They were supposed to be there because they form the basis of the entire investigation. So for her not to know, it shows that she doesn't have her fingers on the pulse. That is the problem.
And just how did we get here, Doc? You know, when we're having such conversations and when you have, senior officials that are implicated in such, somewhere along the line, things must have went wrong.
Indeed. And I think basically it's a question of not having oversight over IDEC. It's one thing that they have reacted towards by appointing the retired Judge Takalani Raulinga to be the head of the IDEC Oversight Office. It might be a little bit too late as far as the current IDEC in its current form is concerned, because they have been doing whatever they wanted to do with so much impunity for the longest of time, or ever since IDEC was established. I think they are 3 years old now. There's never been oversight. So they've been doing their own things the way they wanted, the way they would think it was okay. Hence, they were not doing things according to the book. You look at how they do their investigations or how cases are allocated. The very same case of General Kumalo and others, there's Brigadier Mukwele who was charged. Brigadier Mukwele was arrested as well. And when asked, Padayachi said he was arrested for a crime that they think she may commit in future. That is unheard of in South Africa. I've never heard of such. So you can see that they were doing their own things to the detriment of us, because we look at IDEC and it was supposed to inspire confidence in us that they will fight corruption. But looking at how they do their business, you can say that we are going nowhere slowly with IDEC in its current form. So in one way or the other, heads must roll.
And just how difficult will it be, just looking at the situation now, for IDEC to successfully prosecute corruption cases if its own leadership is facing serious allegations? And could this perhaps even weaken future prosecutions in the eyes of the courts and the public?
It will be very difficult. For one, the public has probably lost trust in IDEC. So it will be very difficult for them to prosecute cases successfully. I think a question was asked to Advocate Johnson whether is there any case which was investigated and a successful conviction was secured. I did not hear the answer there because ever since IDEC was formed, I've never heard of their success apart from arrest. And ideally in policing, an arrest is not a success, not an achievement, but it's a step in the right direction. But a conviction where we see someone in orange overalls, no, that is a success. We're here to see that.
All right, Dr. Mas, thank you so much for your time and insights on the program. Independent security analyst is Dr. Mxolisi Mathebula joining us there. Thanks so much indeed.